Well, today is Wednesday, September 8th. I'm Mr. Jacobs. This is science, and we're going to go ahead and get to it today. Today we're going to be talking about photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process in which plants or producers, they take three different things and they use it to help them grow and release something. Photosynthesis is how plants create matter. It's how they create the stuff that lets all the other consumers eat from. So, to photosynthesize, let's start off by breaking it down. Welcome to English. If we take the prefix photo, the prefix photo means light. So like when you take a picture, a photograph, it means to capture light. And synthesis, or to synthesize, means to bring things together. So literally photosynthesis means to bring things together with light. And as you'll see in one of our later video clips that I'm going to have you watch on it, it's going to go through a lab. What we'll be testing in that lab, in that video, is if plants really do need light in order to photosynthesize. There are two other things that plants need in order to photosynthesize. The first one that they need is water, or H2O. Now I'm going to be writing them in their chemical formulas and showing you what their molecule looks like. We don't have to know these today. And actually, like this structure, we don't have to know. As long as we have the correct amount of things, we'll be just fine. And we won't really need to worry about that till chemistry, but I want to show you everything that we're looking at. So plants need one other thing to photosynthesize, and it's the stuff that we exhale. It's that gas we exhale. And that gas that we exhale is called carbon dioxide, or CO2. Carbon dioxide. So when a plant with chlorophyll takes in carbon dioxide, takes in water, has light, it's going to have a chemical reaction take place inside of that plant, and it's going to end up releasing oxygen in the form of O2. That's the oxygen in its gaseous state, O2. And then it also creates a sugar or a sucrose or a glucose or a carbohydrate for itself that it can use to grow, repair itself. So essentially what it's doing is creating a big sugar for itself that it can use for just about anything that it needs to in order to grow and kind of do its thing. I'm not going to draw this molecule out for you because it is a little bit big. It does end up having 6 carbons, 12 hydrogens, 6 oxygens. When we get into chemistry, that stuff's going to come up a little bit more, and I'll dive deeper into it then. So plants, they just take the carbon dioxide, they get water, they add light to it, and it's going to yield. This arrow is read as yield. It's like when a farmer has crops and they need to bring them in, it's how many crops did they yield. C6H12O6, a sugar, and O2, oxygen. Now we got some names that we're going to learn here. So I'm going to split this right at the yield sign. So if I'm looking at the CO2 plus the H2O plus the light, we need to figure out what to call all of these things together. Now these are the things that are reacting. So they're the things that are causing this reaction to happen. So they get this really, really hard name called reactants. The cool thing is its name tells you what they do. Because they react, this side of our arrow is called reactants. On this side of the arrow, these are the things that were created. These were the things that were produced. So what they get called, shares a term with the math term, are called products. Now here's the crazy thing. I'm going to help make sure that this makes a little bit more sense for you. When a producer, a plant, it's a producer because it produces products. And you can see how those two words look very, very, very similar to each other. Crazy how that works. So now that you've watched this video, I'm going to send you off to another one so you can watch a lab about chads photosynthesizing so you can see how that works for yourself. Until later, you got this.